I'm Rory with Easy to Build, and today we're going to be adding bearings to our linear slide. So once you have everything printed out, you'll be wanting to grab your airsoft BBs. These are plastic airsoft BBs, and we also have biodegradable. And I actually prefer the biodegradable because they seem to be made out of clay and wear out a lot slower, actually. Tricks of the trade: use a high viscosity grease like lithium grease to help keep things in place, and later on it also helps keep the bearings from chattering. As well as whenever you're working with bearings, and also for me, Jim Beam fingers, they have a tendency of going everywhere. So for warning, it can be a messy process. So let's get started. Okay, so I like to keep them in a little tin, and that just helps everything from going everywhere, and also it's a lot harder to reach in the bag when your hands are full. So you're going to grab your idler carriage, and you'll find a hemispherical hole in the bottom, and basically wherever you see a cavity along the sides, there's going to be bearings. And the hole on this one is only on one side. That is the front, and that points towards the motor mount. So you're going to want to load in the two sides of the idler carriage first, and I like to use the hex wrench to help push everything into place. So first, put in the two sides, and I put in one side, and then I like to swing off to the side, and have it kind of like that, and throw in your next bearing. Okay, and now you're going to find that the spacing on the back is just starting to be covered, so you're going to want to add one in there, pop it in, and slide down with your thumb. And then you're going to want to throw in the ones on the front, on the side, right there. And as you start pushing down with your thumb, you're going to use a hex wrench to push it into place. Voila! Now it's smooth and won't rock back and forth. So slide this one to the back, and now we're going to move on to the linear bearing. So for these, you're going to want to actually start with the bottom first, and it doesn't matter which side goes where, because there are adjustment holes on both sides. And so pop it in, and through the motor mount hole, right here, you're going to put one in and slide it down, using your thumb to push it into place. Now you're going to notice that the sides are beginning to be covered. So you're going to pop one into the side, and use your hex wrench, pop it in, turn it sideways, pop in the other one. Okay, so now we're going to shift back to the back side, and this is a lot easier if you have it facing towards you, and grab 3 bearings, and each with the long cavities take 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, push down with your thumb. Now you can do the sides. And you can see it's kind of a repetitive process, but it becomes easier every time you do it. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. 1. And 3. Now you're going to do the back side. And just pop it in and pull down with your thumb. If you have any other bearings that kind of are getting around, just use your hex wrench and push it in. Now you can do the last 2 on here and here. Okay. Now you're all set to tune it up.